Patrick? Patrick? I'm very glad you decided to come stay with us. And I think we can do a lot of good for you, Patrick. Now, there's one final question before we go up and meet the nurses. Can you sum up for me why you're here?
I guess, I'm here for the same reasons everybody else is.
And what exactly is that?
Because I'm insane.
Nurse Tony.
Dr. Costello?
This is Patrick Kessie, your newest patient. Patrick, this is Nurse Tony. She's here to help you. And actually, she's new here as well, so the two of you should get along just fine.
Mr. Kessie, if you would just follow me, please.
So how long have you been working here?
About a month.
What a coincidence, I've been crazy for about a month.
This is where you will stay. We normally do not allow the patients to be in their bunks during the day, but since you are new, we will make an exception for right now. I have laid out your uniform for you to put on. There's a spare one in the drawer. The head nurse is inspecting your personal bag right now, and as soon as she approves of all your belongings, we will let you have that as well. Once you have dressed yourself appropriately, please join the rest of the patients in the common room. That's it.
Miss Tooney, where is the common room?
It's down this hallway and to the right. And you can call me Samantha if you like.
Samantha?
Not the prettiest frock, is it? Name's Sydney. Sydney Paislace. Looks like I'm your new bunkmate.
Patrick Kessie.
Well, come on. Get your uniform on. I'll give you the grand tour.
They're all against you, Joey. But they don't know what you're capable of. No, they have no idea. But we cannot let them know. They can never know, or it's all ruined. Who's this? Another one? How many are they going to send? Never mind. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Don't worry about him. I can tell he already doesn't like you. Of course, he doesn't like much of anybody, except maybe himself. Come on.
Carl! Sure deal.
You really think he's gonna deal out cards, Nancy?
Oh, come on, guys. I didn't get any good cards.
How many times do I have to tell you, man? You're not supposed to tell us that. Fine, whatever. Maybe we shouldn't let you play.
No, please. I have good cards.
Of course you do. Well, would you look at that? We've got a new player right there. He's even got his uniform on. Must have just got off the train, huh?
You let Carl play.
Well, that's because Carl doesn't tell us what his cards are.
That's because Carl doesn't talk.
Wow! An astute observation there, Shirley. You got any more amazing thoughts in that fairy godmother brain of yours?
As a matter of fact, I do. You're an ass. How's that for a thought? Son of a bitch!
Come on, guys. I got a good hand there.
You'd like that, wouldn't you?
Mr. Tintino, put that chair down this instant. Mr. Smith. Mr. Smith, I think it's time Mr. Tintino took a little trip upstairs to help, calm him down.
I'm sorry, see, look, I really wasn't gonna hurt anybody. I put the chair down, see? No! Let me go! Please, no! No, Nurse Melbourne, I'm sorry. I wasn't gonna hurt
Thank
anybody.
you, Nurse Melbourne.
Mr. Hanson, I think you had better come with me to my office. Come along. Or if you don't want to, perhaps you can join your friend, Mr. Tintino, upstairs.
No, ma'am.
Good.
Do you play a lot of cards?
Mm-mm.
Well, you will now. That's about all there is to do around here, except sit and stare at the walls. Speaking of which, I guess he used to be some sort of a scientist? Big, fancy name. I don't remember it. But if you ask me, I think he might be a genius. I don't understand a damn thing he's saying, but it sounds pretty important, doesn't it? Then again, he could just be crazy.
Mr. Cody, it's time for your treatment. Come on, Charlie. It's time we got you upstairs. Nurse Melbourne's orders. You know the drill.
THX1 138 THX1 138 THX.
What's upstairs?
The shock?
What's that?
You know, it's where they send the electricity to your brain.
Jesus, they still do that?
I don't know about other places, but they sure do here.
Have you ever gotten a shock?
No. I know to keep myself out of trouble, or from getting caught, at least.
He didn't look like he was causing any trouble.
Not to you, he didn't.
What does that mean? Not to me.
Well, you're not Nurse Melbourne, are you? Look, all you need to know is you stay out of her way at any cost. You know how I told you that I think Charlie might be a genius?
Uh-huh.
Well, I wasn't just saying that. Okay, I know for a fact that Nurse Melbourne has tried to get Charlie to tell her what those numbers and letters mean dozens of times. She is a very suspicious woman, if you can call her a woman.
Jesus Christ, where am I?
You're at Riverside Psychiatric Hospital, and it's time for your medication. And it's time for your medication.
What's this?
Medication time.
No, I mean, what's the medication?
It will make you feel better. Mr. Kessie, I'm here to help you, remember? Good job, Mr. Kessie. Now, you might like to sit down. Some of the patients find that the medication can make them feel a bit tired.
Here at Riverside, we don't like to use the term insane.
It really would be best for all of us.
I guess I'm here for the same reasons everybody else is.
138T HX1.
You can call me Samantha if you like.
138T HX1.
You know what you're capable of. Oh no, they have no idea.
Why don't we go in the morning and just see what the doctor says?
Because I'm insane, isn't it?
Well, Here at Riverside, we don't like to use the term insane. We prefer to say that our patients have troubled minds. It's a much more positive term, we think. And it shows the patients that they can be fixed. And I'm sure that I can fix you, Patrick. Patrick? Patrick?
Patrick? Did you hear me? Patrick.
Sorry?
Nurse Melbourne would like to see you now.
What? Why?
Nothing to worry about, just standard first day going over the rules of the hospital type thing. Here, I'll walk you over.
Nurse Tooney, actually I would prefer it if you stayed. Mr. Kesey, you may have a seat.
Cassie.
Mr. Kesey, I like all of my patients to understand the rules before entering my ward. I have a strict policy for daily activities and meetings. You will be on time. You will participate and you will find the meetings helpful. Is that understood?
Yes.
Good. In parallel to these rules, I will not tolerate any disturbance to the daily routines. You will not act out, you will not complain, and you will treat the nurses and the staff with respect. Is that understood?
Yes.
Good. Now I warn you, any failure to comply with these rules will be met with consequences, and you will have to answer to me. Is that clear?
Yes.
And Patrick, remember, we are only here to help. That will be all. Nurse Tooney, the report. Did Mr. Kesey comply?
Yes, Nurse Melbourne. He took the medication, no problems.
Good.
Don't you think it's such a shame his own parents had to admit him? I mean, don't you think it's sad? He's my age, and I can't imagine going through something like that.
Nurse Tooney, please, do not be so ignorant, especially if you're in my ward. Patrick Kesey was not admitted by his parents.
But I thought he said that
Mr. Kesey's parents are dead, and they've been dead for almost a year. Personally, I'm surprised he wasn't put in here sooner. Apparently the police could not find enough evidence to find him guilty, so they just had to let a murderer walk the streets free. I tell you, the times we live in, it's just not right.
You don't think he could be capable of something like that?
Thank God he committed himself. Who knows what he might have done next?